You want to know why you chose drug addict as part of your soul contract? I'm glad you're in recovery. That's amazing. Awesome. Congratulations. I love that for you so much. So, a lot of times we put these things in our soul contracts that we want to learn about that you can't understand unless you've gone through them yourselves. And sometimes that's like addicted to drugs or alcohol because you truly cannot understand what it's like for someone to go through those things unless you have gone through them yourself. And then when you go through those things, then when we come to the other side, like the ethereal, then you're able to help those like humans who are going through that kind of stuff. So that's one of the reasons why, honestly, one of the most common reasons why we choose stuff like that. Sometimes we choose to go into families where the parents are mean and harsh. And I'm not talking about abuse because that is a whole other thing. Okay, I'm not even gonna touch on that right now. But sometimes kids choose to go into families where they are just like harsh and cold because they need to understand why someone would do that to their own child. Because as a parent myself, it's like you can't even fathom how someone would do that as a child. But funny enough, that is one of the families that I chose to go into. My particular birth mother was very harsh, very manipulative, very, very emotionally abusive, and it was horrible. And I remember thinking as a child, I was very tapped in until like about the age 8 or 9. Like I remember vividly, and I'm so grateful because that was probably the only thing that kept me from wanting to unalive myself during that time because it was really that terrible. That like she made me feel like no one truly loved me, and she told me those things. But I kept remembering as a child, like, why do I have to go through this? Because I just didn't want to be there anymore. Why? I don't want to be here. I don't want to go through this anymore. This is terrible. Why do I have to go through this? And I remember being told, like having these thoughts in my head. I didn't know at the time they were spirit guides, but I remember being told, like in my head, through thoughts I could tell that were not my own, you are going through this because you are going to be able to help others on the other side of this. I just remember hearing that, and you can believe it or not. I don't really care. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. I'm just telling you what happened. So now, in hindsight, as an adult, I can see, yeah, there's been a lot of ways I've been able to help, not only as a teacher who has spotted children who have been in abusive situations, but as an ICU nurse. Holy cow, are you kidding me? How many times I've spotted people in abusive situations and helped them get out of that, get into a safer situation, and my own clients now, when I'm able to do this psychic work. I have helped so many clients who are in terrible domestic situations, and I understand, and I feel like our souls connect over that shared kind of trauma response that we've had. So one reason why we choose is so we can just fully grasp, so we can help others. If you have more questions, pop in the comments.